Hey guys, welcome to my third episode of my 1 million funded challenge, a series where I'm documenting my entire process to reach 7 figures in funding. And in this video, I'm just going to show you what happened throughout the week. Actually, last week, it was a very interesting week. Unfortunately, we lost 4 trades in a row. We had a horrible losing streak. I just invite you guys to watch that episode so you're updated with the most recent information. But in simple words, it was not the best week for me. On FTMO, I finished with a 0.5% drawdown, so that's how we closed last week. And on my 3 Blueberry funded accounts, they all ended up being like at around 2% in profit. So not bad at all, of course. But just a quick spoiler, this was a very good week for me. I don't want to say anything else. Just watch the entire video so you guys can understand. And yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into what happened this week. What up, guys? So today is Monday, November 10th, 2025. Let's dive into the markets to see how the week started. So right now we're currently in 4 trades. So we have 4 active trades at the moment. The first one, Cat Chef. I'm still waiting for price to reach my 1. We have the liquidity sweep. We have the breakup structure with a fair value gap. So it's the most recent range. We took it and we're just waiting for price to reach this point to move stops to break even. Then Euro GBP, same thing. Liquidity sweep, breakup structure, fair value gap. We're just waiting for price to go a little bit higher and maybe reach this point to make this trade risk-free. Euro JPY, this trade doesn't look that nice at the moment. We're still in drawdown, but we'll see what happens. We were completely bullish, right? And this was actually the most recent range that instead of price doing this and respecting the bullish structure, which was this actual low, so from this low to this high right here, price instead actually broke that structure, doing a change of character, changing direction. So that's why this is completely valid with a bunch of fair value gaps, liquidity sweep. So just targeting a 1, 2, 3 risk reward. This is a bigger range, but it's completely valid. And then Euro AUD, I'm currently in this long position with a liquidity sweep, with a breakup structure, with bunch of fair value gaps in here, and just targeting a 1, 2, 3 risk reward. We had the pending order last week, so from this low to this high. Fortunately, price left us super close, right? And then it went to our expected direction, but of course without us. So now we just had this nice opportunity again. So I'm currently in this long position. And we had a losing trade this morning. It was not a full minus 1% because I decided to close manually. I usually don't close manually. This is actually completely unusual and it's not something I like to do. The reason why I did it was mainly for 2 reasons. Number one, there were a lot of opportunities presenting themselves at the same time, so you guys can see a bunch of opportunities, and I didn't like price action, so I said, you know what, I'm risking a bunch of my actual permitted risk on in a specific day because I can't lose more than 5%, and I had at the moment 5% in the table. So I said, okay, you know what, I don't like price action, I'm going to take the risk, I'm going to actually close this manually, and I did. It worked out really good. So instead of losing a full 1%, we lost 0.6% of the entire 1%. So in numbers, I'm trading 50K accounts. Instead of losing $500, I lost $300 in this position. Around that. A little bit more, a little bit less. I don't remember that well, but that's basically what happened. Like I said, I don't like to close my trades manually. I just prefer to leave the trades until they reach my entire stop loss. But in this case, because there were a lot of opportunities, I just said, you know what, just gonna take the risk out of the table, close this trade manually, and let the other trades actually play out. So that's basically what happened. And then I have a couple of pending orders. So GBP actually not a couple, just 2, GBP and NZD USD. This one right here, it looks like it's leaving us behind, but there is still some fair value gap, so some gap to be filled. I usually cancel my orders in 2 scenarios: if price gets extremely close, or mainly if price fills the entire gap. In this case, there is still some fair value gap remaining, right? You guys can see in here, there's still some gap. That's mainly why I have this pending order in my MT5 yet. I'm going to show you in a second. And I'm just still waiting to see if price can go a little bit higher and then go to my expected direction. Okay, guys, and this is my MT5. This is one of my Blueberry funded accounts. This is actually the prime challenge on Blueberry. And as you guys can see, these are my active trades. So Euro JPY, Cat Chef, Euro GBP, and Euro AUD. You guys can see that they're all running, right? And then these are the pending orders I just mentioned before. And I'm going to show you the trade on GBP JPY so you guys can see this was the trade. GBP JPY, as you guys can see, I lost $308, right? So instead of losing the entire $500, which was the 1% I was risking, I lost 0.6% of that entire 1%. So I lost $300 instead of losing $500. Guys, quick pause because I need to share something insane Blueberry Fund that it just gave me for my community. If you've been wanting to start a Profirm challenge or maybe start scaling up, this is the best offer they've given me so far. And honestly, one of the best offers I've seen in the industry. They gave me an exclusive 30% off discount code, but here's the crazy part. When you get your first payout, they're giving you one free account of the same size. So let's say, for example, if you buy a 50K challenge, immediately after passing your Profirm challenge, getting your first payout, alongside that payout, you're getting a free account of the same size. But this offer is only valid for a couple of days. That's why I wanted to share this with you guys as soon as possible, because it's a no-brainer deal. You basically save money upfront and then you double your capital later. So if you want to take advantage of this great offer, just go to their website, select the account you want, use my code ROSAL30 for a 30% discount code, plus the free account bonus. And that way you can start building your Profirm capital. So now that you got your account with Blueberry funded, let's continue with the video. What up guys? So today is Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. Let's jump into the markets. Let's see what's going on. So first of all, we started the day with a nice take profit. So you guys note that I took this trade yesterday. I think when I recorded, price was like around this area here. So it was not risk-free yet. So before I went to bed, price reached my 0.5 level, so my 1-to-1 risk reward, I moved stops to break even, and while sleeping, price got to my final take profit for a 1-to-3 risk reward. So we risked 1%, we made 3%, which is of course nice. And I currently have 3 trades running. So the first one is Euro GBP, this trade right here that it's running risk-free, it's running nicely. I also have a pending order in this position as a add-on to my winning trade, which is this one right here. It's a scale up position. I'm just waiting for price to see, well, if price goes a little bit lower, tag my entry and then go to my expected direction. That's the idea with this fair value gap. Price was very close in here, but it didn't reach my entry. So if price keeps going up, maybe I'm going to delete this order, but of course we'll see what happens. So this is kind of like how the order is going on real quick. I really like the fact that there's a bunch of liquidity sitting above this highs there. So we're just going to wait to see what happens. Then I have Euro JPY. This trade that, to be honest, it looks that I'm completely cooked. It doesn't look very promising. I'm still respecting my roles and my plan, waiting to see what's going on. I'm still in this trade. So we'll see what happens. I think we just need a miracle for price to go down now. Most likely we're going to get stopped out, but anything can happen. Then Euro AUD, this trade that is also risk-free. So I have 2 trades running risk-free at the moment, Euro GBP and Euro AUD, and one trade that seems cooked. So this one, I'm just waiting to see if price is able to go a little bit higher. And I have one pending order, just only one pending order at the moment, which is GBP CAD. Price is kind of close to reach our entry. So we'll see what happens. We have a liquidity sweep, we have a break of structure, and a bunch of fair value gaps. So I like this opportunity. It's respecting my roles, my plan. So I'm just waiting to see if price is able to reach our entry. And yeah, that was basically all for today. There's not much happening. Well, I can't ask for more considering how busy and how volatile the market opened on Sunday Vancouver time in the afternoon with a bunch of setups. So I guess the rest of the week is going to be quite boring and there is no more opportunity so far, at least in my opinion. So I'm going to see if there's something else. Let's see if we can actually have a couple of take profit in this and keep scaling and growing our account balances on all my Profirm challenges. What's going on, guys? Today is Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. Let's go into the markets. Let's see how things are going for us. So first of all, I had a take profit this morning on Euro GBP. You guys know that I was holding this position and price very nicely reached our final take profit. Unfortunately, we didn't get tagged on our scale up position. Price didn't do the entire reversal. It actually tagged our fair value gap, right? And it then went to our expected direction, but of course without us, which is unfortunate. I still need to measure if it's actually better to place my entry at the middle of the fair value gap or immediately at the beginning. I just still need to test that out. But of course, we had a nice take profit for 1-2 risk reward, which is nice, not bad at all. Then on Euro AUD, we got stopped out at break even, so not bad as well. You guys can see that it was a very valid rule, and we moved stops to break even here, and we get stopped out. On Euro JPY, this was extremely evident, to be honest. We got subbed out for a -1R in this case. So 3R on Euro GBP, 0R on Euro AUD, Euro JPY, -1R. And then we also had a loss on GBP CAD. You might be asking, why, if price haven't reached your stop loss yet? Well, my feed on my MT5, it was different. So this low actually was a little bit higher. So my entry was actually at around this area here. So my stop loss was at around this point. That's why I got stopped out, which is of course unfortunate, but it was a valid trade with the liquidity sweep, a break of structure, and we got stopped out. So that's how we're doing so far, guys. I don't have any other active trades at the moment, neither active trades, neither pending orders or anything. I'm just monitoring this. Most likely I'm gonna place this pending order very soon on USD JPY. We have the most recent structure, liquidity sweep, break of structure with a fair value gap. And we also have USD CAD, this short. This is very aggressive. You guys can even see that the stop loss is just 12.7 pips. So if we compare, for example, with Euro AUD, this was a 67.3 pip stop loss. So if we compare it with that, of course, this is a very tiny structure, but it's the most recent range. Then AUD CAD, this is a new recent range that just got created. So I need to wait for price to retrace to my entry, right? But it's completely valid. So I'm gonna set a alert in here. And then set the CAD. This most likely I'm not gonna place. The main reason why is because we can see that price is slowly getting to our entry by respecting demand zone, so kind of like a bullish trend. And also my 0.5 fib, it's overextended, which means that it's below my actual break of structure, which is here. On those tough occasions, I just prefer to stay out. I just have this marked up, but I'm gonna see if I actually take it or not. But yeah, it's kind of like my analysis so far. I don't have any other possible opportunities coming up. Well, actually, this one I just marked it up, but nothing very interesting, to be honest. The market is getting a little bit slower now, but I will see what happens. I'll keep you posted, and we'll see what happens tomorrow, Thursday. What's going on, guys? Today is Thursday, November 13th, 2025, and so far, nothing has happened. Let me show you the markets real quick. I only have one pending order. By the way, I don't have any active trades. I only have one pending order on USD JPY. Price was very close. It moved a little bit higher, but there is still a lot of room in here. So I'm not canceling this pending order yet. I'm just waiting. But yeah, this is valid liquidity sweep, break of structure, the most recent range, targeting a 1-2 risk reward. I currently have these 3 setups on my watch list and monitoring them. I also have some alerts. The first one is GBP USD. I didn't like that this first candle almost reached my entry with just one candle. Usually I don't like to take those trades. But now that we're seeing some movement to the upside, kind of like some consolidation, building some liquidity, I do like this. I'm going to keep monitoring this position to see what happens, but it's valid. Liquidity sweep, break of structure, fair value gap, so it's all good. Then NSET DCHEV. This is the most recent range. We have the liquidity sweep. We have the fair value gap in here, and a bunch of liquidity resting above this highs here, right? So, So I will be kind of like looking at something similar to this, similar, not like exactly this. So we'll see what happens. And then EuroChef, this one, honestly, I don't like it that much. It's a shorter range, but we do have the liquidity sweep and we do have the break of structure in here with fair value gap, right? So it's valid for sure, but this is the one I like the least from these 3 setups I just show you on my watch list, but we'll see what happens. And aside from this, I don't have anything else. The markets are slow. I expect them to be slow considering how active and volatile they started on Monday. And let me actually show you my trading journal so you guys can kind of see how we're doing for the year so far. I'm currently up 27.7R in profit. We can see that we had a huge increase in balance this last couple of days. You guys can see my equity curve. We were in a very stagnant place around this area, but now hopefully we can reach the 30R mark, and we can of course maybe go even higher than that. So that's how we're doing. We're up 3.4R in profit for November, and so far we came from August profitable month, then September also profitable, October profitable, and let's hope we can close November in profit as well. That will be extremely good, a lot of consistency, so I really like that. So that was all for today. And let's see what happens on the last day of the week tomorrow, and maybe if we actually get tagged on this position to close up the week. Okay guys, so today is Friday, November 14th. We're done for the week. Let me show you what happened at the end, as well as showing you the dashboards like always. But first of all, let me show you, I'm currently on a trade on GBUSD. Well, the markets are closed already. It's currently 2:20 p.m. Vancouver time, so the markets are closed, but I'm currently holding this trade risk-free. So let's see if price is able to reach our final take profit for a 1, 2, 3 risk reward. It's a nice trade. I showed you guys yesterday that this was on my watch list. Before going to bed, I set the pending order on my MT5 and it's playing out very nicely. We had the liquidity sweep, not only by this low, but also from this low as well. A strong break of structure with body close and a couple of fair value gaps. So I'm just waiting to see if price can reach our final take profit. And I had a losing trade this morning on this trade right here, AUD CAD. It was valid. We had the liquidity sweep in here, as well as the break of structure. It was the most recent range. And unfortunately, it didn't play out. It was very annoying because price literally wicked us out and then moved to our expected direction, making this trade a risk-free trade. But unfortunately, we got stopped out. We were literally stop loss hunted, or whatever you guys want to call it. But we lost 1R in that case, so 1% on all my profit challenges. And yeah, so far so good. I don't have any other pending orders on my MT5s or anything. I'm just waiting to see what happens on GBUSD. And now let's jump to the important part I know you guys want to see. So how do we close this new week and how do we close the episode 3? So on FTMO, we're currently like this. So we're at a little bit more than 1%. So $50,755, but in floating equity, we're $51,638. So let's see if we can actually win this GBUSD long position and we can actually put this account in a very good position. I think over 3% in profit. So not bad at all. And then on my Blueberry funded accounts, this is basically how we're doing. So the first one, we're currently at $51,901 in terms of balance, so 3.8% in profit. Same thing, if we win the trade, we're going to be in a very good position. The other one, 3.53% profit, and the other one, 3.67% profit. Again, let me just move this so you guys can see that these are my accounts. Same thing with FTMO, right? And that's kind of like how we're doing. So we're growing consistently. We've had a couple of weeks where the growth hasn't been that big, but we're growing slowly, which is basically what matters. The important thing here is that we're executing our plan, we're respecting our rules, and we're letting our edge play out. And these results basically show that we're consistently growing. Look at this equity curve. We were in a very bad position, but then we're slowly getting back at it. And let's hope that in a couple of weeks, we're able, maybe even less than a couple of weeks, we're able to pass the phase 1 on all of these challenges. So that's how we're doing, guys. I'm planning to maybe get some other accounts very soon. I'll keep you, of course, posted on that. And that's how we closed this episode 3. So if you like this new series, if you're liking it and enjoying me sharing everything with you guys with full transparency, let me know. Stay tuned for episode 2 next week. And yeah, let's keep executing. Let's keep respecting our plan. And hopefully, if we keep doing the things correctly, we're going to get funded very soon. And we'll start getting closer to our 7 figures goal. So that was all for this video, guys. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure to do so as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.